Uber lost $30 billion from 2009 to 2022 trying to make rides profitable. The unit economics never worked. Then in fiscal 2023, Uber reported its first full year of operating profit, $1.1 billion. By fiscal 2024, it doubled to $2.8 billion. Wall Street called it the inflection. The actual story: Uber launched a new business in 2022 that nobody noticed. That business is now where almost all the operating profit comes from. Uber reports 3 operating segments: mobility, delivery, and freight. Across fiscal 2023 and 2024, mobility ran at roughly 7% adjusted EBITDA margin after driver pay and insurance and payment processing. Delivery ran at 6%. Freight ran negative. Combined segment EBITDA produced maybe $4 to $5 billion, but corporate overhead consumed most of it. The reported $2.8 billion of operating profit in fiscal 2024 cannot be explained by segment economics alone. The reconciliation requires a fourth revenue line Uber introduced in 2022 and broke out separately starting Q3 2023, Uber advertising. Decompose Uber's fiscal 2024 numbers. Total revenue $43.9 billion, mobility $25 billion, delivery $13.7, freight $5.1. Cost of revenue, driver pay, fulfillment, insurance, payment processing consumes the vast majority. Adjusted EBITDA $6.5 billion. Operating income $2.8 billion. Now the ads disclosure. Uber ads revenue, $1 billion annual run rate in fiscal 2024 at greater than 85% gross margin. Roughly $850 million in gross profit. Ads run on Uber's owned and operated app, 0 royalty pass-through, unlike Spotify. 0 content cost, unlike Netflix. The inventory is whatever Uber decides to show in the app. Format mix. Sponsored search results in Uber Eats, restaurant brands bid for top-of-search placement. Sponsored ride destinations, recommended places to go after a ride is booked, paid placement. Post-ride display banners, in-app push notifications, and email placements. Sponsored featured carousels in the Eats home view. Average effective CPM $15 to $40, significantly higher than typical mobile app advertising because 3 things are true at the same moment of impression: high purchase intent, precise geolocation, and verified payment history identity. Walk 1 Uber Eats order through the system. Customer opens the app to order dinner. Top of search, 3 sponsored restaurant cards. McDonald's, Sweetgreen, Chipotle each paid Uber roughly 50 cents to $2 per impression. Customer browses, sees a featured banner mid-scroll. Another paid placement, $1 to $3 per impression. Picks a restaurant, places a $30 order. Uber's delivery margin on the order after driver pay and fulfillment and payment processing, $1.50 to $3. Now look at what Uber earned on the impressions before the order was placed. 3 sponsored cards plus 1 banner plus a sponsored search overlay impression, $3 to $10 in pure ad revenue at near 100% margin. The ad revenue per order session frequently exceeds the marketplace margin on the actual order. The order is the funnel, the impressions are the business. Single cleanest data point in the public record. Uber CFO Prashanth Mahendra-Rajah on the Q4 fiscal 2024 earnings call, quote, "Our advertising business achieved $1 billion annual run rate in 2024 ahead of plan, growing 70% year over year," end quote. Uber's Q4 fiscal 2024 investor presentation included a dedicated growth trajectory slide for ads, carved out separately from the mobility and delivery segment disclosures. First time ads received a standalone investor narrative slide in Uber's earnings materials. At 70% annual growth, ads alone would reach roughly $2.5 to $3 billion in fiscal 2026, approaching the entire fiscal 2024 operating income from all 3 original segments combined. The narrative inside Uber has flipped from transportation network to transportation network with advertising platform in less than 24 months. Here's what nobody is saying about Uber ads. The ad inventory exists only because Uber owns rider attention during the booking and ride window. That captive attention is uniquely valuable because it sits at 3 intersection points other ad inventory cannot match. High purchase intent, precise real-time geolocation, verified payment history identity. Compare to Facebook ads, low purchase intent. Compare to Google ads, high intent but not geolocated to immediate physical place. Uber ads inventory is structurally superior CPM to most digital ad inventory. The catch: the ad inventory requires ongoing growth in ride and order volume to scale impressions. If autonomous vehicle competition, Waymo plus Tesla Robotaxi plus Zoox, takes share of rides, Uber loses rider attention before it loses driver network economics. The autonomous vehicle threat is usually framed as cheaper rides will compress Uber's take rate. The actual threat is losing ride volume means losing the ad inventory that generates almost all the profit. The ads business is structurally levered to ride volume, which is itself under structural threat. Lesson: when a marketplace business spent a decade losing money and then suddenly turns profitable, look at what was launched 18 to 24 months before the inflection. For Uber, it was the in-app ad business. For Amazon profit inflection in 2015, it was AWS launched 2006 reaching scale. For Walmart compounding, it was the supplier float layered over decades. For Costco, the membership fee from day one. The companies that win in low-margin marketplaces do not win by improving marketplace unit economics. They win by adding a high-margin parallel revenue line that uses the same audience. The marketplace is the customer acquisition layer. The adjacent business is the business.